Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of Season 2 here at Fulham. We started off yesterday very well. We didn't, however, end very well. An unfortunate own goal and defeat against Manchester United, but I got trounced by Newcastle. Looking to bounce back today, although it might have a similar pattern as yesterday. Less opposition in the first game with Southampton, then Arsenal and Tottenham. So, probably 3 points again today. I'd like more. Whether we get more or not remains to be seen, but it will be Southampton up first. The last side I managed in the Premier League, of course. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. I think I might actually give Gedson Fernandes a start ahead of Tom Cairney. And I'm tempted to put Cisse in as well, but I won't for now. Let's give Cabano a start over Schürrle, though. He's not had much to do in the past few games. A couple of changes, but we should still be strong enough to deal with the threat of Southampton. So yeah, thumbs up if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. FIFA19 stuff regularly. Very, very soon. Capture event in just over a week or so. Very excited for that. Let's go and play Southampton. Right, Southampton started the lineup. Fraser Forster in goal. Romulo at right back. Hurt, Yoshida and Target at left back. That's a weak defence. Romeu and Reed in midfield. Romeu's solid. Vasquez, Armstrong and El Yanusi sat behind Charlie Austin. That's very much a beatable team. Brian Seri smack that forward there to Ryan Sessegnon. See Cutrone making the run. Now, he had a very poor episode yesterday. Hasn't necessarily started on the front foot so far today either. Joe Bryan will step in there and take the ball away from the Saints. Cutrone can make me a run. Oh, just kind of stand there next to me. And then lose possession. Yeah, not having the best of times with Cutrone at the minute. I may start to give Rafael Leao a game or two over the next few games to see if he can put in a shout for a first team spot. Cutrone is my top goal scorer in the league, and he's still joint top goal scorer with regards to a couple of other players for the league all told as well, but he's just not in good form right now at all. Gedson Fernandes through the gap there to Cutrone. Turns, I see Seri arriving, will burst into that gap. Oh, that's a foul surely. Now, was it in or outside the area? That's the question. I believe it was just outside. The referee will brandish only a yellow card. There were other defenders in the vicinity that would have gotten to the ball or gotten to close him down. It wasn't a clear goal-scoring opportunity. It was a clear foul, though. And I believe it was, yeah, just outside the area. But ordinarily, Tom Cairney would take this, but I've taken him out to give... Oh, Joe Bryan is on his left. Oh, I took him out to give Gedson Fernandes a start. And unfortunately, yeah, as far as I'm aware, I don't think you can change who is the third man in those free kick scenarios. I wanted it to be a midfielder, perhaps even Gedson Fernandes himself, as we were mentioning him, but unfortunately it was my left back, Joe Bryan, and it played the ball onto his right foot. Sessegnon in behind here, but he is left-footed, cuts the ball back with that left, but cleared away. And the frustrating start to this game continues. Saints haven't really threatened me at all, but clearly, I haven't really done much at this end of the pitch either, as you can tell by the lack of highlights at this stage in the game. 85% passing accuracy is also pretty low for me, so not starting off in the manner that I wanted to here. But if we can scrape a 1-0 win, 3 points count, regardless of how you get them. And I would very much like to get them in this one, because I really don't see us picking up anything against Tottenham or Arsenal, although stranger things have happened. El Yanusi holding off Cyrus Christie here. The ball into Charlie Austin. Nice football from Southampton here. Stuart Armstrong's shot is blocked. Romeu had the man out wide to aim for there. Decided to go back to Harrison Reed. Reed now finds Lucas Vasquez, that aforementioned man out wide, and we've gotten the tackle in and we'll work it away. Counter-attack opportunity. Jean-Michel Seri driving into the space. Just able to work it around. Space now for Cabano. Can he get away from Yoshida? Yes, he can. Can he turn inside? And the finish. Oh, not quite there. Very nearly ending the first half in the perfect possible way. Still could, yeah, if Cutrone can steal this away from them. But no, they are able to deal with it. Gisa in there to Sessegnon, who's spun well. Romelu is still with me, but we'll look to play Cutrone in behind. And in behind he is. Gets the turn in. Yoshida with him. He's done well to get away from him. Is this the chance for Patrick Cutrone to get back on the score sheet for the first time? Maybe we won't be playing Rafael Leao in the next couple of games. This might be the resurgence and return of Patrick Cutrone's form. 5 minutes into the second half. We tried and tried and tried again in the first and just couldn't create anything really that clear cut. That touch worked the space. And then a really nice finish as well. We're in front. And crucially for me, that man is back on the score sheet. That could be huge for the rest of our season. Right. Sessegnon spins well. There are people in the box to aim for. He's tried to hook that back towards Edson Fernandez on the edge. Good working away from the Southampton backline. And now Charlie Austin could... Oh, with the help of Lucas Vasquez's quick feet. Continue this counter-attack. No, Edson Fernandez puts a stop to it. Cabano's looking to get in behind. If he can make the run outside the defender, that'd be great. Thank you. Okay, somehow we're still able to keep possession. And now Cabano's in behind. It'll be lucky if we do score. And we haven't. Fraser Forster saves with his feet. Very good stop. Cleared away by the defender. Could win that header though. And Seri's done brilliantly. And Sessegnon will play it through there because Seri's run through the gap. Cutrone with a turn. And again. And again. And there's Seri maybe for a second. No, blocked by Matthew Target. Christie's going to chase after this. But I think Harrison Reed will just beat him to it. And anywhere will do for the CDM. That is, in fact, his last action of the game. Cabano will whip this looking for anyone in the middle. Seri's there. Good save by Forster. We'll look to cut this back inside and cleared away by Wesley Hurt. Southampton under the cosh and very much under pressure here. Cutrone played in. Lovely touch. Good tackle by Maya Yoshida. And eventually they'll clear their lines and keep it away from their box. Southampton really under pressure but have weathered that storm well. It'll stay at just a 1-0 for the time being. But the lead is still there. And that's the most important thing for me. Charlie Austin could create something for them here if he can get the ball in, which he has done, and they'll take the corner. Stuart Armstrong going off. Another change for Southampton. Lucas Vasquez, their number 9, will deliver. And deliver well. And Varnier heads that away. He was the one that cleared it for the corner. And he's the one that's cleared the corner away. Austin back to target. Cross blocked. And out for another throw. Austin will take it. And Yoshida helps it into the middle. El Yunusi helps it on. And Rossi with the save. I believe he was offside. He was. So even if it had gone in, it wouldn't have counted. But Southampton, as time's running out, just showing that we have to maintain concentration levels until the very final whistle. Because they are able to get in behind and create chances. Really poor piece of possession play that led to them getting the ball back there. Austin back here to Jean Moutinho of all people. And good strength shown by Varnier, who's really come on with the training and first team experience in this side recently. And if I could time the pass right, Cabano could be in behind and away from the defenders. He's really running low on stamina though, so we'll have to cross it. And underneath it could be Seri. Wasn't. His Sessegnon to Zambo and Gisa. Could let fly. Straight at the keeper. Gisa. Across there to Cabano. Back to Jedson Fernandez. Around the corner to Cabano again. Oh, that's a chop, surely. Nothing given. Play continues. I'd love a second goal just to seal it because Southampton are getting brave in the last few stages of this game. And I am slightly concerned that we're going to be conceding a goal to let them equalise, but we're just able to get that away. I had no idea whether to close the man down or cover the pass. In the end, I was caught in no man's land. Charlie Austin going off for Manolo Gabbiadini, I believe, coming on in his place. They're number 20. Looking for him here, and Rossi's punched it away off his forehead. Sherla trying to challenge. Moutinho brings that down. Højbjerg back to El Yunusi off the outside the post. Brian will clear. That is the difference between 1 and 3 points. Unbelievable. Southampton have been pushing and pushing and pushing to get... Oh, it's a beautiful ball. Ryan Sessegnon's in a good position. He scored multiple times from said position this season, but not able to get the ball in the back of the net on this occasion. But it doesn't matter because we get the 1-0 win. Both sides could have scored in the last 2 or 3 minutes. As it happened, neither did. 1-0 the scoreline, 3 points on the board. Now we've the rather small task of Arsenal and Tottenham. Right, Arsenal's starting 11. David Ospina in goal. Moore, Mavropanos, Chambers, Holding, Blendiaga at the back. That's not a strong defence at all. Bielik and El Neni, Knockaert, Lacazette and Bruno Cesar. Not only is it not a strong backline, it's not a strong side. Look at all the names on the bench. Insigne, Aubameyang. Strange starting 11 from Arsenal, considering we're in the top 4 and they aren't. Let's see how this plays out. Bryant down the line there to Ryan Sessegnon, keeps it in. Seri, just knock that back there to Zambo and Gisa. Forward to Tom Kearney. He and, oh, did that take a deflection? It did. Kearney and Schürrle back into the starting lineup for this one. See if they can put in a good performance to retain their position in the starting lineup. Cutrone will pull that back. Unfortunately, I've only found El Neni rather than a teammate. We're on the front foot to start things off, though. I'd like to think, considering the state of their starting lineup, we'll be on the front foot for the majority of the game. But with the potency of Alexander Lacazette up top, it's not necessarily going to be that straightforward. We are going to have to make sure that we stay alert defensively, because Lacazette only needs a sniff of a chance and he'll put it past you. Cutrone may only need a sniff of a chance, looking to get away from Rob Holding. I'll try and get it into the middle. I think the best I could hope for there was a corner. We'll whip it in again. Another good delivery from Seri, headed on target by Anguissa but cleared away by Moore. When the header pleased the Marchand. Somehow Alexander Lacazette comes away with it, but Arsenal slow in their counter and we should be able to get back defensively to deal with it. Free kick for Arsenal. Bruno César will deliver, and it's not the best of deliveries, but he will perhaps have another opportunity. In there to Blendiaga, the left back. El Neni. Seri comes away with it. Yes, there we go. It's a quick ball forward looking for Cutrone, but can't find him. Oh, Kearney's touch lets him down. Otherwise, we could have just played the same pass again. Bruno César into Alexandre Lacazette. Cyrus Christie took up a yellow card, picked up a yellow card that led to the foul and the free kick that they just took at the beginning of this highlight. That might be a foul and a yellow card for Alexandre Lacazette now. The referee not standing for any nonsense in this game. Arsenal looking to try and get themselves on the score sheet. I have spent the past few moments kind of pinned in my own half, but I haven't really drawn a save at the keeper. And as long as they don't do that, I'm pretty comfortable, to be completely honest. But I can't get complacent whilst I'm comfortable. I have to ensure that I still pick my passes correctly and pick out teammates correctly, like that. Oh, I thought about shooting with Seri, decided not to, perhaps should have done. Seri will get that in there. Find Cutrone. Here's Andre Schürrle. Good save by Ospina. That will be a corner. Oh, I asked him to leave it. Sessegnon. He didn't, and then I tried to cross it, and he's kicked it straight out for a goal kick. Great. Kearney through there to Andre Schürrle. Inside to Cutrone. That's really nicely worked. And Tom Kearney, can he finish this? No, Ospina saves again. It's really frustrating. I was trying to bend it round him. Not the tallest Ospina, so I thought perhaps if I placed it well enough, he wouldn't be able to reach it, but slightly too central from Tom Kearney, despite the fact I was aiming for the far corner and perhaps even the side netting. Get it right inside the post. Hopefully we've been able to win that back, but it's still coming back towards our box. Here's Mohamed El Neni, sprayed out wide here to Bruno César. Swapped wings for the moment, Arsenal, but we're able to get it away. Cutrone just stood there slightly slow on his uptake of the run, but played in now. Touch takes him straight into the defender frustratingly. It looks like it's going to be 0-0 at half-time here against Arsenal, but we're giving as good as we're getting. And hopefully it won't be long before we get ourselves in front. I thought perhaps 3 points might be the maximum we could get from today's episode, but with the way this first half's gone and the lack of strength in their starting lineup, it's not a weak team compared to mine by any means, but it's not an amazingly strong team. And if I can get myself a point from this, then I think that would be good enough, but we might be able to sneak all three in this second 45. Lacazette into Knockaert. The outside here is Moore. Worried about Knockaert. Should be more worried about Moore having a shot, I guess, although I didn't fancy his finishing ability, to be completely honest, so I felt comfortable enough to let him have a little bit of space, but sometimes you do that and they come up with a worldie and then you feel slightly embarrassed. Work that inside with Bryant. It won't quite reach Cutrone. Just need a little bit more quality in my build-up play, and then we might start to really trouble the goalkeeper. Seri, forward there to Kearney. Cutrone does have the room to work the opportunity, but not the finishing ability on his left-hand side to get the goal. Well-worked opportunity, though. Seri with the delivery here from the corner. Schürrle's up. That's looping. Oh, I needed tipping over. Schürrle frustrated there. You could see him spinning around in a circle. Such was his frustration. Another header from Schürrle, this time well held by David Ospina. Andre having the chances from set pieces. Had one from an open play earlier too, but wasn't able to take it. Sessegnon fires that into Catrone. Now later there, but it's a poor pass looking for Tom Kearney. Again, lacking that little bit of quality right when I need it in front of goal. Anguissa, Kearney, Catrone, Seri. It was Ryan Sessegnon into Seri. It was the other way around. And, Shadow's missed the ball! No, Andre, in space, has a swing at it, completely misses it. Surely that would have at least drawn a save from the keeper, if not stood a good chance of going in. Unbelievable from Andre Schürrle. Maybe he didn't even expect it to reach him because of the man that was in front of him, took his eye off the ball, and a quite simple swing and miss. It's not very often you see the AI do that without being, physically nudged or anything by an opposition player. He just quite simply missed the ball. An air shot from... and Kearney's pass is poor. An air shot from Schürrle. I just haven't had the quality here. Arsenal too haven't had the quality, but that's because they aren't playing the players in their side that have the quality. They brought one on in Mkhitaryan there, and he's very nearly had an instant impact. I'm just missing the quality. This is my strongest team. I'm just missing the quality full stop. Arsenal have the quality. They're just electing not to use it off the bench for some reason. Christie will get that inside looking for Catrone. I'm going to have to turn back the other way to get it on his right, and he could score a similar finish to the last game when the header Andre. No! Kearney! It went in! Goal line technology to the rescue. Fulham 1, Arsenal 0. And there it is. Minuscule margins, but over the line it is. Goal decision system to the rescue. Just over the line before cleared away. We lead. More inside. Lacazette to Mkhitaryan to knock up to Mkhitaryan. They're turning up their tempo now, Arsenal. Lacazette more into the box. Chambers. What an unbelievable first save from Rossi. But Bruno Cesar is there to pick up the pieces. You could see visually just the speed at which they upped the tempo for that move. They've basically gone from kickoff and equalised. How Chambers in the middle was able to get away from the defender near him to have the first effort, I'm not sure, but ridiculous. Arsenal fire back in the 88th minute. Bruno Cesar makes it 1-1. I was certain I was going to get the victory once we went 1-0 in front. I'm really disappointed that it looks like we might not, unless Cisse off the bench. Cisse blocked and cleared. There's the final whistle. It's going to be a 1-1 draw against Arsenal. It took us an age to finally get in front, and it took them barely any time at all to fire back. A hard-fought point, perhaps deserved all three, but fair play to Arsenal for turning things around. Mkhitaryan definitely had a part to play in that, but goal line technology came to my rescue in that game. I've been trying to get the goal to go in front, and by the slenderest of margins, it did go over the line. We are 4th in the league right now, although we have played a game more than everybody else around us. Chelsea, though, have played 14, as have Arsenal now, obviously, because we just played them. But up next for us, our 13th place, or current 13th place, before they play their game in hand, Spurs. If we thought Arsenal was difficult, it's going to be even more difficult against them. Cyrus Christie's picked up his 5th yellow card of the season and will miss the next game. Dennis Odoi, I'm going to accept that, and we'll see if we can move him on. A number of players I've accepted offers for in this season, and no one seems to be keen at all on accepting contract terms. One thing to point out, you may have noticed, Huddersfield Town, well, they were top of the Premier League, although they do still have Matchday 14 to play, and all they need is a point to regain top spot. Huddersfield Town, as we approach the halfway stage of the season, Huddersfield Town looking like genuine title contenders. As we head into the game against Spurs, the transfer talks for Dennis Odoi did fall apart, unfortunately. Huddersfield did get a draw on Matchday 14, but then they subsequently lost on Matchday 15, and Liverpool are now top of the table again by 2 points. We're 4th. Somehow, I'm in the Champions League spots with a negative goal difference. I don't know how I've done that. Negative goal difference for me. -1, but 4th in the league. Obviously, the heavy defeat against Newcastle didn't help. But let's now go and play Spurs. I'll just auto-replace because that'll be Cyrus Christie's suspension that sees him miss this game. And we'll play in the away kit. We shouldn't worry too much about kit clashing because it's going to be nowhere near as bad as it was against Newcastle yesterday. Right, Fosu Mensah gets a start at right back. Let's see, perhaps this is the opportunity for him to get that start more regularly. We'll find out. Tottenham's team then. Gazzaniga in goal. Carmona, Teofil, Katarine, Foyth and Marin at left back. Wanyama and Skip in the midfield. Lucas, Eriksson, Coco as a forward midfield three with Vincent Janssen up top. Another underestimation of our talents from an AI team. I very much like that to not be the case for FIFA 19. It is a recurring theme in career mode that if you're a lesser side, then higher teams tend to take you less seriously and field weaker teams against you, regardless of what's actually going on in the league. Like, they're 14th, I'm 4th. They're not playing their best players against me. It doesn't make sense. Really needs to be changed. Seri, forward to Cotrone, back to Kearney and out wide to Fosu Mensah. In there to Cotrone again. To the Marchand, to Joe Bryan, down the line to Ryan Sessegnon. This is a good spell of possession. Will it lead to a goal or at least a chance? Cotrone will have the chance. It won't lead to a goal. Gazzaniga leaping away well to stop me from scoring. We got a point, I believe, at Wembley last year against Tottenham. My mind is telling me it was a 1-1 draw. I might be mistaken, but I think we got a point. Although it was a vastly stronger side that Tottenham fielded that day. Ryan Sessegnon, first touch kind of ruined my plans of spinning in behind, but never mind. I'll look for Tom Kearney there, then get it to Sessegnon, and I was looking to quickly get it across to Cotrone, but that's not going to happen. Skip has given that straight to Tom Kearney though, and I'll squeeze that through the gap there to Cotrone and around the corner to Ryan Sessegnon, and we won't lead because he's missed the target. Eriksson, stuck by the march on. Space there, Schürrle out to Cotrone. It's normally the other way around with Schürrle being the man out wide, but Cotrone is going to be the man that gets into the box here. And I'll square this across, and Sessegnon taps home. He may have missed the one-on-one earlier quite horribly by dragging it wide, but he was not going to miss that opportunity. Ryan Sessegnon makes it Fulham 1, Tottenham 0 in the 38th minute. Janssen over the top. Fosu Mensah could win that header. Knocks it down well. Seri around the corner to Andre Schürrle. Into Cotrone. Back to Seri and Gisa. This is good possession play. Might be best suited actually just to seeing the half out rather than being overly risky looking for a second at this point in the game. A bit of game management on show, and we should be able to see the game out better than we did against Arsenal. That was one thing I didn't do against Arsenal. When I went 1-0 up, I didn't change the way that I was playing. And as it happens, Arsenal were able to up the tempo, turn the game around, and get themselves the equaliser. Let's not let Tottenham do the same. Seri into Sambo and Gisa. Here's Kearney. Inside there to Fosu Mensah. Down the line to Andre Schürrle. Back to Tom Kearney. Sambo and Gisa. Seri through the gap looking for Cotrone. Gets it under control. Out of his feet. Shoots wide. Very, very close. But not close enough. His left foot nicely into Coco. I don't know who Coco is actually. You guys might have to let me know. Eriksson, that 5-star weak foot finds the side netting only. In comes Harry Winks into the equation, presumably coming on for Skip, and indeed it was. Not the strongest of options. They do have other better players on the bench in central midfield, Tottenham, but they're electing to use the youngster Harry Winks. He may have grown considerably by this point in the career. Sure, but I'm sure he's still not as good as someone like Moussa Dembele, perhaps. And Jean-Michel Seri nearly got his head taken off there by the goalkeeper, but he's okay. And Gazzaniga has the ball. Oh, now Cotrone has the ball. He got one assist already. Could be adding to that here. Or a goal off the post. Mistake at the back for Fulham. For Tottenham. As Fulham get a 2-0 lead. I could have laid that off, but when I was in that position, I mean, I'm always going to shoot. And Cotrone should now be outright league top goal scorer with that. He's back. Eriksson. Oh, he's done well. 5-star weak foot again. On target this time, but picked off by Rossi. Mensa into Kearney. Around the corner there to Zambo Anguissa. Short to Brian. Sessegnon. Seri's driving forward. Well, go on then, I'll use you. I wasn't sure whether I was or not. Or would or not. Catrone. Play the ball. He's onside here. Dink it. Oh, beautiful. He got there first, Ryan Sessegnon. Tottenham really being put to the sword now. It was just a case of who was going to get to the ball before the other. Lofted over the keeper. Into the bottom corner. 3-0. Game over. Foyth into Vincent Janssen on his left foot. Right decision to cross it. Clearly the right decision to cross it. Coco at the back post. Side foot's home. No point running off to celebrate with your manager, mate. You're 3-1 down, but there is time. 11 minutes left. Perhaps Tottenham are still in the tie. We might have to turn on that game management that we were talking about earlier. Just see the game out from here. I don't want to let them back in it. Janssen, Eriksson, Janssen, Coco, tackled by Brian. They've just mentioned in commentary that Tottenham actually have Arsenal next. That might be why they've started a weaker side here. Wouldn't explain why Arsenal played a weaker team against me. Catrone is going to make it 4. Doesn't explain why Arsenal played a weaker side against me because there was a full week between their game and this one. But if Tottenham are playing me on the Sunday and have Arsenal midweek, that would explain why they've started a weaker side against me here. Evidently, it's not worked for them. They've still gotten beaten. And if Arsenal beat them as well midweek, then it really hasn't worked for them. But it's 4-1 here. Catrone really back on the map now with regards the Golden Boot hunt and just in general his overall form. He was 2 or 3 episodes without a goal. Lucas back inside to Eriksson, blocked. Kearney somehow comes away with the ball there. I've only had 2% extra possession, but I've got 3 extra goals, and our goal difference is now in the positive at last. We have positive goal difference. Spurs had chances, but weren't able to take them. We had 4 shots on target, buried all of them. Although maybe the one goal that came off the post didn't count as a shot on target, because sometimes it doesn't. Southampton 2, Manchester City 1. Not the only shock result to happen in today's Premier League fixtures. We'll have to wait to see when Tottenham play Arsenal, actually. Let's have a look at fixtures. When is that Tottenham-Arsenal game? It is on the 22nd, so they do not play midweek. That's next Saturday, isn't it, when we play Manchester City? It's the same date. Yep, no, inexplicable as to why Tottenham fielded a weaker team there, but regardless of what their reasons were, they have failed to come away with anything whatsoever. I can understand why Alfie Mawson might be slightly frustrated at his lack of first-team football. No, Varnier's been playing well. I'll leave Varnier in. I'll put Mawson on the bench, though, and then I will make sure that I play Alfie Mawson in at least one of tomorrow's 3 games. We've Chelsea and another big team to play as well. Manchester City and Chelsea, isn't it, to play? But I shall make sure I play Alfie Mawson. To be fair, it's Christmas time, so there's games coming thick and fast, so we'd be getting some first-team football anyway. We're still waiting for the 3rd round of the FA Cup to be drawn as well, which will probably come on this Saturday, which will move that West Ham game midweek. I desperately hope it doesn't move it to midweek here. But you know what scheduling is like in career mode. Another thing we need to give, or we have given, in fact, feedback on multiple times with regards to the Game Changer programme. But for now, let's concentrate on enjoying what was a very good episode, actually. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. And I will see you tomorrow.